Hi gang, it's me again, CJ, aka Humpy Fan, and this time we're going to go through the complete Tom Jones Parrot collection. Before we do though, there's a couple that I left out from the Engelbert collection that I just want to update you on, and they are his jukebox Parrot singles. I have all but one. I'm missing the one for the last waltz, as these are scarce as hen's teeth and hard to come by. But we have A Man Without Love, his fourth album, Engelbert, Engelbert Humperdinck, We Made It Happen, and Live at the Riviera Hotel. Now, not all of his albums came out on jukebox singles. I have all of them, like I said, except for the last waltz. I will get it eventually. And these are all mini LPs. They have 3 songs per side. And also, I overlooked a Parrot television album that came out in 1977. It's the 20 Greatest Hits. And this is it's a double set on Parrot Records. And it's also part of the Parrot collection. Okay, on to the Tom Jones collection. We'll start off with his first Parrot release, which is It's Not Unusual. Now, I'm going to do this a little bit differently than I did the Engelberts. When I did the Engelberts, I included the singles along with the albums. Well, Tom's catalog is a lot more difficult and more confusing. And they've also put out alternate covers for different albums. So, what we're going to do is go through the LPs first, then we'll go through the singles. And the first album being It's Not Unusual, with the rare cover. This cover was the first issue of Tom on stage with the Squires, okay? And this is kind of hard to find. And then, of course, here's the one everybody knows, the standard cover for It's Not Unusual. His second album for Parrot was What's New Pussycat. The third being Atomic Jones. Now, Atomic Jones came with 3 different album covers. Unfortunately, I only have the one. I'll show you the second album for the second cover for Atomic Jones when we get to the singles. But there's also a very scarce third cover, which is a close-up performance shot. And there was one on eBay about 6 months ago, and it went for almost $200. And that's very, very hard to find. So if any of you ever see it out there, grab it because it's very collectible. Okay, the next album is The Green Green Grass of Home. And this was also issued with an alternate cover. This cover came out in late '69. I don't know why they issued these with different covers, but these are Parrot Records. And this one's pretty scarce too. But there are 2 different versions of Green Green Grass of Home. This is the second one. The next album is Funny Familiar Forgotten Feelings. Now this album in England, the songs that are on this in England came out as the Green Green Grass of Home album. They messed around a lot with Tom's early recordings, where we didn't get everything in this country that came out overseas. And this being one of them. This album, the Green Green Grass of Home, is actually an album called From the Heart, or it's called From the Heart, actually, overseas. And this is the Green Green Grass of Home album here, but it's Funny Familiar Forgotten Feelings. Don't ask me why. They just did things like that, like they did with the Beatles recording. They butchered them up. Anyway, the next LP was his first live album, Tom Jones Live at the Talk of the Town. Great album. Now, most of these are sealed. I have multiple copies for play, of course, but this one is sealed. And the next one is the Tom Jones Fever Zone, which includes the massive hit Delilah. Now, overseas, this album came out with this cover called Delilah, with a whole list of different songs that never appeared in this country unless you bought the British CD. Songs like Weepin' Analia, Why Can't I Cry, and they never were released here. This album is actually called 13 Smash Hits overseas. But here it's the Tom Jones Fever Zone, and it features Delilah. Now, this is where the albums get the same, and this is the one that's playing right now. This is Help Yourself. Followed by This Is Tom Jones, which is from his television show. And then Live in Las Vegas, his second live album. And then Tom, I Who Have Nothing. She's a Lady. And if you look real close to this, Tom autographed this one to me personally. And this is live, his third Parrot live album, Live at Caesar's Palace. This is a 2-album set. Followed by Up Close. I'm trying to get these as good as I can in frame. Let me see. Followed by The Body and Soul of Tom Jones. His Greatest Hits album. Something About You Baby I Like. And his last studio album for Parrot, Memories Don't Leave Like People Do. Now this here came out in 1970. It's a promo only. This is an interview record where it comes with a script and you can interview Tom as if he was there on the radio station with you. This is during the period of Daughter of Darkness, because he speaks about Daughter of Darkness in the interview. And then this is his television collection from 1977, also on Parrot. It's a greatest hits compilation, and it also includes a couple of tracks that never appeared on LPs anywhere. Okay, that's the albums. Now gets the fun part, the singles here. We got, let me see if I can do this with one hand. Sorry about the jiggling of the camera, folks, but all right. Let me see if we can get this together here. This is his first Parrot single. It's not unusual, backed with To Wait for Love. The second single is What's New Pussycat, backed with Once Upon a Time. Now, as with Engelbert, I have all the picture sleeves. If you do not see a picture sleeve with the singles, it means it wasn't issued with one. So this would be his first picture sleeve, and Tom's actually not on the picture. It's a caricature of the cast of the What's New Pussycat album with Woody Allen and Peter Sellers. His next single is With These Hands, which is the cover of the What's New Pussycat album. And this is backed with some other guy. The next single is one of his rarest. This didn't even chart. This is a very obscure single. It's called What a Party. I have posted this on my channel already, and I also posted the B-side, City Girl. Now, getting back to the Atomic Jones album, I told you it had 3 different covers. This is one of the alternate covers, and the album was called Thunderball instead of Atomic Jones. All the same songs, but it came also with this album cover in LP form, and it was called Thunderball instead of Atomic Jones. And the B-side to this is Key to My Heart. The next single is Promise Her Anything, again from the Atomic Jones album and the title track to the movie. And it's backed with A Little You. And here's another hard one to find. As a matter of fact, I just got this copy. It's Not Responsible, backed with Once There Was a Time. The next is the massive hit, The Green Green Grass of Home, backed with If I Had You. The next one is Detroit City, backed with 10 guitars. This both Tom and Engelbert recorded, and I posted both versions on my YouTube channel. The next single is Funny Familiar Forgotten Feelings, backed with I'll Never Let You Go. Here's another single from that album, 16 Tons, the old Tennessee Ernie Ford song, backed with Things I Want to Do. Now this one here is I'll Never Fall in Love Again, backed with Once Upon a Time. But the interesting thing to this is the first pressing. This is the 1967 version. It includes an extra verse that was edited out of the big hit in 1969. This one goes for 4 minutes and some seconds, where it's very hard to come by because this is the original first pressing with all 3 verses. In 1969, it was re-released, but one of the last verse was omitted, and the time is 2 minutes and something. So this is very hard to find. If ever you're looking for through the records, and you're a collector as I am, make sure you check the time on this one. If it's 4 minutes, I believe, and 12 seconds, this is the one you want as being the first release from 1967, not 1969. The next one would be I'm Coming Home, backed with The Lonely One. This is one of my favorite singles. And then, of course, this is my favorite Tom Jones song of all time, Delilah, backed with Smile Away Your Blues, or on some titles it just says Smile. But now, an interesting thing about this recording. This is a different vocal performance than the one you're used to hearing on the albums and the greatest hits and stuff. And the way you tell is when he gets to the phrase right before the instrumental break on the line, "Forgive me, Delilah, I just couldn't take any more." The way he says more, on this he drags the word out. On the album version, he cuts the word short. If you have the two to compare it, you will see it's the same exact arrangement, same exact backing track, but it is 2 different vocal performances, and the only way you get this vocal performance by Tom is on the Parrot single. It does not appear on the albums this way. And the next single is another one of my all-time favorites, Just Help Yourself, backed with Day by Day. And the next single is A Minute of Your Time, back with Looking Out My Window. And here we have another picture sleeve with Love Me Tonight, backed with Hide and Seek. And here is the second version of I'll Never Fall in Love Again from 1969. And again, the third verse is omitted. They edited it down, I guess for airplay, because back in the 60s, not too many 4-minute songs made the air. The Beatles changed that with their 7-minute and something second Hey Jude in 1968, but they were still keeping a lot of the songs under 3 minutes, and I believe that's why they edited the third verse out of this in 1969. But they are 2 different edits, so for the collectors out there, keep note of that. Here's the next one with a picture sleeve, Without Love, with a great B-side, The Man Who Knows Too Much. And here we have one of his monster hits, Daughter of Darkness, with backed with the Jerry Reed composition, Tupelo, Mississippi Flash. Some think that's about Elvis. I have my doubts, but great single anyway. And the next single is I Who Have Nothing, backed with Stop Breaking My Heart, which was Stop Breaking My Heart was released many years earlier overseas as an A-side. Here it's the B-side to I Who Have Nothing. Here's one of my all-time favorites too, the beautiful Can't Stop Loving You, and this is backed with Never Give Away Love. Again, Never Give Away Love is an earlier release, but they put it on the B-side of this single. And then the next single is one of the biggest, She's a Lady, terrible picture sleeve, but great song, She's a Lady, backed with Paul Anka's My Way. And here's the second single from the She's a Lady album, Puppet Man, backed with Every Mile. Now, what they did was Resurrection Shuffle became such a fan favorite off the album that they released Resurrection Shuffle with Puppet Man on the other side, because Puppet Man was still on the charts. So, like I said, when they released Tom Jones's singles, they kind of broke the mold and released them in weird sequences and stuff. So he's a lot more difficult to collect than Engelbert. Engelbert's Parrot releases are pretty straightforward. Tom's are all over the place. Now this is what I call the holy grail of the 45s. This is Tom Jones Sings. This is available promo only, meaning that's the promo label there. This was never released as a commercial stock copy. This is only promo, and this is 2 medleys taken from the Live at Caesar's Palace album. And these are pretty scarce to find, so if you ever come across one, always grab it. They usually go for a premium on eBay when they do come up, and that's where I got this, was on eBay, and not that very long ago. So, okay, the next single here is Till, backed with One Day Soon. And the next single is The Young New Mexican Puppeteer, backed with This Is Why I Brought the Flashlight. All I Need Is Some Time. And this is the only single off the Close-Up album. The next single is the only single from the Body and Soul album, Letter to Lucille, backed with Thank the Lord. Then your next single, this is a non-LP album, or non-LP single, excuse me, called La La La, backed with Love Love Love. Really haven't listened to either one of them. So the next single is Something About You Baby I Like, the title track from the album, backed with Keep Talking About Love. Your next single would be another non-LP single, the old Johnny Ace song, Pledging My Love. And that's backed with, again, pull a flashlight. Let's see here. I'm Too Far Gone. You can't read the print. It's dark gray on black. So, okay. Your next single, he's got a lot of Parrot singles. Ain't No Love. And it's backed with another non-LP. I should post this. I don't think anybody's ever posted this one. It's called When the Band Goes Home. And then these are from his final album, I Got Your Number, backed with The Pain of Love. Not sure which one's the A side on this. I think it might be The Pain of Love. Okay. And his last single for Parrot is Memories Don't Leave Like People Do, backed with Mr. Helping Hand. And then here's a few of his jukebox 33s. I don't have them all. I'm missing Fever Zone, and I'm missing This Is Tom Jones. Because these, like I said, these are not too easy to come by. So I get them when I can, but I'm very particular. They've got to be in mint condition or I won't buy them. And here's the EP for the album that's playing right now, Help Yourself. The EP for Live in Las Vegas. The EP for Tom. And the EP for Live at Caesar's Palace. Okay, gang, that concludes the Tom Jones collection. I'm fulfilling a lot of requests here. You've all been asking me. I hope you got the knowledge through this and it wasn't too confusing. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Take care.